Ohio lawmakers looking at a full plate this session, several bills expected, one already raising a lot of eyebrows. Legislation that would make unprotected sex a felony for men who do not have the intention to get a woman pregnant.
A donkey man once said, what about the political and economic of the state of the world right now? And that donkey, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but he was right. What about the political and economic of the state right now? What about focusing on real shit instead of shakalaka boom boom without the intent of making a baby? Or even, if you shoot babies in the air, what they're proposing is that will also be considered as a felony. And there will be fines for it up to $10,000 if you're caught doing so. How does that even work? Are they gonna create a Gooner task force on standby, monitoring your every move, anything you do? Let's say this bill goes through for whatever the reason. What, you shouldn't you should point the camera at your face instead of pointing it down or leaving it somewhere that your whole body is exposed? I mean, either way, the government already sees what you're doing through your, front camera and back camera, but now they'll be monitoring you and they'll be like speaking to you. What are you doing? You're like sitting in the toilet. What are you doing? Nothing, sir. I'm just scrolling through TikTok. Why are you holding it sideways? Shut up! You're like going all over the place. You like shoot all over the camera and you can't hide from it anymore, and you drop the phone and you expose your whole naked body. And when they ask you, well, this whole thing is a felony, how are you gonna get away with this situation? You're gonna be like, well, I was intending to impregnate my phone. You ain't gotta be worried about God watching you do this sin. You gotta be worried about the FBI watching you do the sin, because if you do it, they're gonna break in and they're gonna FBI open up you. Now, the bill was introduced by this guy, a state senator who had nothing to do with his hand, and he wasn't even thinking about the political and state of the world right now. He was thinking about proving a point, aka trolling the courtroom by using your tax money.
Bradford Blackman. He told Newsweek that the bill's purpose is to point out the double standards in legislation, saying, "The reactions from some quarters relating to my bill indicate that men are not held to the same standard when it comes to the intrusion into their personal private affairs as women have been held to with the reversal of Roe v. Wade."
You might call this justice, equal rights. I call this waste of tax money, and it's not really equal rights because there are some exceptions in this situation.
The bill, named the Conception Begins at Erection Act, is co-sponsored by Democratic State Representatives Anita Somani, an OBGYN from Dublin, and Tristan Rader of Lakewood.
The whole entire point of this bill is to call out the hypocrisy of particularly the state legislature when they bring forward bills to regulate women's bodies.
Now, there are exceptions to the proposed law, which include sperm donation, contraception, and members of the LGBTQ community.
You know how offensive it is to leave the LGBTQ community out of this whole thing? What about them? They should be involved in this situation too. And it's not the fact that we're pointing them out to be in this situation. They're offended. They're not involved in this whole situation because who said men can't get pregnant? According to them, men can get pregnant too, and they need to be accountable for this. But just in case the bill goes through, you have an excuse. In case you get caught in a shakalaka boom boom session and FBI is, watching, plants a camera in your house, because I still don't know how the fuck are they gonna find out. You're getting your jungle eaten out. FBI, open up, shatak, open the door. They come in, the best excuse. This is a life hack. Literally, I hacked it before even it goes into the law. Just say I'm gay. Easy as that. But obviously this is not going to go through. It will be so funny if it actually goes through. The court is like, well, you want to play this game? Let's play this game. Let's bring more, let's make this more toxic than this whole thing is. And it actually goes into effect, and then there's chaos. And imagine they even raise the tax in Ohio, and you have to pay more money because they have to open up the Gooner task force. But obviously the task force personnel need to be picked very specifically because, after watching all of those things of people shakalaka boom booing without the intent of making a baby, they might turn into gooners. We don't want no corrupted officers in there. But there's 101% chance that it's not going to go through. It was like, the guy said that this is just to prove a point for a double standard. And the first offense is $1,000 if you get caught with your pants down or shakalaka boom boom with someone who you're not intending to have a baby with. Honestly, if they catch you, just say, yeah, we're trying to make a baby. But sir, your baby's on in her mouth. Well, we're trying a new experiment to see, if it actually works or not for her to get pregnant through oral. Second offense is $5,000 and the third one is $1,000. I don't know what the fuck happens next. I guess you just keep getting charged $1,000. $10,000 is a lot of money, but I think a felony charge on your record is a bigger deal. This is so stupid. This is just so stupid. There's actually going to be grown-ass man, the government, are gonna sit through it. They're gonna bring their legal team and they're going to be discussing this whole thing. Should we ban shakalaka boom boom without the intent of having a baby? Should we ban masturbation? If you agree, raise your hands, please. Ban the sites. That it's easy as that. There's gonna be riot and chaos on the street, but you know, they suffer a little bit, and then afterwards they can live a happy, healthy life without the intent of shakalaka boom booming anything they see moving.
Men have the same rights no matter where they go in the country. Women have rights based on where they live.
Ohio calls the proposal disrespectful to the pro-life community and a waste of state resources.
They have to review it when they file it. They're going to have to stick a legal team on it, wasting time on that and delaying other bills that are trying to be reviewed as well.
This may be considered a waste of money by some people, but we have had far bigger misuse of taxpayer money in bills that have been proposed.
I highly doubt that Miss Female from the government, that, you know, there's been worse cases. I think this is the worst case the US has ever seen. If not the worst one, the most useless one. And I still can't believe that all these guys had to sit through the whole thing and no one I'm pretty sure someone had to crack a smile or something and just laugh at this whole situation. How did this guy keep a straight face when he introduced the bill and, you know, gave it, guys, today we're going to be talking about the shakalaka boom boom ban. Imagine one of these government guys that go to their kids' school for Daddy Day and they, you know, everyone, all the dads have to talk about their jobs. Hey guys, my dad is in the government and he makes important decisions. Teacher is like, oh, sure, what kind of decisions do we make? As a matter of fact, what did you do today? Well, we can't really discuss that. I insist, sir, please, this is Daddy Day. You have to discuss this. Well, we talked about how you cannot ejaculate without the intent of having a baby, and we are banning shakalaka boom boom without the intent of... So stupid. But hey, if you ever wonder what good your tax money does, all the hard work that you do and you give it to the government, don't worry, it's all for a good cause. It's for them to sit around and talk about penises and shakalaka boom booms. I think the person who introduced this should be fired. I don't think this should be allowed to just troll for the sake of, you know, having a get back for double standards. It's so stupid, man. Anyways, just wanted to, you know, share this with you. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Take it easy. I'll see you at the next one. Meow, 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 meow.